Hey everybody, welcome back to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you in a pinch, and this is just eating a burrito the size of a small child. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgs, that's right. New Mexican restaurant opened up right down the street. Pretty dang good, and yeah. If I'm running slow on this video, I blame it, and then the big tall glass of horchata I had to go along with it. So anyway, guys, enough about what I ate. Welcome back to the show. And of course, if you guys are it's your first time here on Mondays, real simple how this works. This is actually your show. Everything you asked from last week, well, not everything, most of the questions get answered this week. So, same goes for this one. Put your questions down below, vote up your favorites, and I will try my hardest to get them answered on the very next week's show on Mondays. So anyway, guys, welcome back. If you notice, I return, and I know some of you guys who are astute, keen-eyed, notice I'm missing some acoustic foam. It all fell down when I was gone. I'm gonna have to do a little rework to get it added back up. But yeah, I'm back here in Portland, Oregon from Costa Rica. I was in San Jose, Costa Rica. Actually, if you guys are familiar with Costa Rica, Escazú is the area I was in, filming the last two. So it looks a little different, or back to normal now. I guess it was different then. Also, real quick before we get into questions this week, don't forget the Elite Force Hater giveaway is still going strong. One winner every single week. You still have a chance to win. You still have plenty of chances to win. So make sure below this video is a link you can click down there for the hater video. Click it. Put yourself in the running. There's a bunch of extra ways to enter, to get bonus entries, things like that to up your chances. So yeah, definitely check that out if you guys haven't given it a look. Also, web store, you guys are awesome. I got a ton of stuff in the web store right now. And if you guys last week or 2 weeks ago or three weeks ago now, maybe, I don't know, time flies, I had that Call Your Hit shirt. Well, good news, they're in production. So next week, hopefully, next week I will have them up and ready for you. Some big news on that. Oh, and one more thing. I know I'm just talking, right, for questions. I'm going to do this week, later in this week, stay tuned on the channel. If you guys haven't subscribed, hit the sub button. It's over in this corner somewhere or down below the video. And hit the notification button too. Little bell next to it, the one down below. I'm going to be doing the SHOT Show Awards, the winners. I'm going to be announcing who won your guys' viewer choice, first annual Airsoftology SHOT Show Awards, your choice awards, viewer's choice. So stay tuned on that one. Anyway, enough of the big updates. I know there's a lot of information to cram into this front part, but now it's time for what you're really here for, and that's your questions in the Palco mail call. Copycat Airsoft is back. Hey Jonathan, does putting toothpaste on your goggles work? Modern toothpaste, I would say that is a terrible idea. Typically, toothpaste these days have some sort of abrasive in it. They have like a little microbeads, they have baking soda, silicate, something in there that causes abrasion. So I would say it is a terrible idea to put toothpaste on your goggles, and I'm assuming this is the attempt to get rid of fogging, anti-fog approach. My personal favorite, and you guys can go on Amazon and pick this up. In fact, I'll maybe put a link down there if I can find it on there for you. Something called FogTech, like it's Microtech fog wipes. They're good for like 60 uses if you keep them wrapped up. So you can pull one out for the day and wipe your entire team's goggles down. They're a little on the pricier side. I mean, not too much, but on the per wipe, it's actually not bad. I take those with me on big MILSIM events. I usually bring like 2 or 3, put in my little pouch here, my GP pouch on the side of my plate carrier. I always have those with me. In fact, if I went and got my plate carrier out right now, they would be in there. I'd say it's a really good solution for anti-fog. For me, I found it works the best. And throughout the day, you can reapply. It kind of wears off a little bit. But for the toothpaste, because of the abrasion, you're going to scratch up that anti-fog coating that are on the nicer goggles out there. You're going to actually scratch up your lens, give it a little bit of a haze and fog. I would not do that at all. I mean, there's a lot of other better options you can out there to do to clean it. I mean, heck, spit in the dang thing and wipe it off is probably a better option than doing that, because that's not going to cause permanent damage on it. But as long as you've brushed your teeth before, because you want fresh breath before you spit on the goggles. Yes. Kaylin Stock writes, any plans for Operation Uprising 3? Last year was super fun. So this was one of my favorite ops last year, and it kind of flew under the radar a little bit for everybody. So Operation Uprising 2 last year was held at Hill 559, and that is outside of Fresno, close to, I forget the exact name of the town, Clovis It is Clovis. They also hold some Milsim West events there as well. Some of the Rostov events are held at that same location. Uprising 3, the sequel this year, I am so super excited about going. I'm keeping my fingers crossed I can make it. It looks like, I think it's mid-April. Don't quote me on the date on that one. But yes, I'm definitely checking it out. Go on Facebook, type in Operation Uprising 3. And in fact, I'll try to get a link for you like I put down there if you guys are interested in the SoCal, NorCal kind of area, because it kind of floats in between since it is near Fresno, California, which is southeast of the Bay Area and northeast-ish of the actual Los Angeles or the SoCal area. So definitely, yes, I'm going to try my hardest. It's a 24-hour game, and it's not as strict rules as you're going to find at a Milsim West event. Last year we had a ton of fun. I dressed up in like a bunch of Haji kit, and we had a big insurgency thing for the first half, and we did super early morning sun-up raids on the opposing camp. I mean, it was just so much fun, and all my buddies were there. You know, it's like all my friends, and that was, I think, honestly, I get a lot of questions about Milsim events. What makes an event so much fun is having your friends there and having people to play with. Don't get me wrong, I've been to some where it's just me, I don't have any really friends there, and I still go and play and have a great old time. But having your friends at an event is so much better to bring people, and it's just that, especially the overnight ones where you got to camp out in the field. Too much fun. Anyway, enough of me yapping about this. And by the way, they're not sponsoring this or anything like that. I'm just talking about it because I saw the question. I was like, ooh, I do need to go to Uprising 3 this year. So the short answer is almost certainty. With an almost certainty I will be there. I could use proper English there. So yes, stay tuned. I'll keep you guys posted on that. If I do, I'll announce here on the Monday video, the Q&A show here, if I'm going to be going. So you guys can know and join me, because I would love to play with you or get shot by you, depending on which side you play on. FPS Wolf Airsoft writes, Jonathan, what is your opinion on adults bringing alcohol to airsoft games? Well, I would say number one is probably against the field's insurance right out of the gate. And let me go ahead and get this one out of the way. Never, ever, ever, ever play on a field when somebody has been drinking. Like they actually have been drinking, they go out and play, or God forbid doing something worse like drugs or whatever. That is no bueno. Definitely really bad. It opens yourself up, the field owner, to liability. You're playing with someone who has impaired judgment no matter what you do. I mean, think about it. You can't drive a car if you've had a certain amount of alcohol, and you're of legal age for that matter, more or less. Being able to play airsoft. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. You can hurt yourself. It thins your blood, so you can actually bleed more when you get cut. There's a lot of bad reasons, but I think it really comes down to the judgment and the balance and the equilibrium. There's just way too many risks. So playing, I think it is an incredibly terrible idea. That said, I have seen a few people enjoy a few cold beverages after playing, and I'm totally cool with that if it's cool at the field, as long as there's a way to designate that, hey, that player is done off the field. In fact, I know, for example, Buffalo Battleground, a fantastic indoor field in Buffalo, New York, has a bar on site, as well as Strike Force in New York as well. So that's actually in Long Island, New York. Both of those have bars on site that you can go and consume adult beverages if you are of age. Now, they make sure if you go, they cut your band off, and you're not going to get another band after that. So you are cut off literally from playing airsoft. So if you want to go enjoy a nice, tasty, frosty beverage, or something that's pink and flowery and a little umbrella in it, that is your prerogative to go do, but you won't be able to go out and play. I think they run it right. So if your field has that, no problem, totally fine. But just as long as there's a mechanism in place where that person cannot go back out and play, and it's in the safe zone, it's somewhere safe and secure like that, I don't see a problem with it at all, because you're separating both of those two situations. I mean, it's like going to the movies and having an alcoholic beverage is there. It's not a big deal as long as you don't consume so much where you're gonna be driving home. So it's kind of the same rules apply there. So all that in mind, I think in the right circumstances, for example, like Strike Force and in Buffalo Battleground, not a problem at all. I think it's perfect. I think going out and drinking and then going and playing is a terrible idea. So it's kind of two sides of the coin there, at least in my thoughts. All right, guys, that is it for questions this week, which means it is time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week. And this one comes from a channel called Tactical Rifleman, and I've been really enjoying these how-to videos. I've been digging more and more into them, and this one is how to set up your body armor. And you're gonna go, well, Jonathan, we don't wear body armor in airsoft. We just wear little plastic or foam plates inside. But it's really how to set up your plate carrier for use, not how to set up your body armor. So how Special Forces guys actually here explaining, ex-Special Forces, is explaining how to set it up. And I really think this is a good how-to. And by the way, on the how-to thing, not to derail too much from this video here, I am starting this month a how-to series. So it's gonna be designed for beginners to intermediate players. Some of you guys are a little more advanced. It might be like, oh, Jonathan, it's boring. But I'm really aiming it toward that. And I kind of been watching a lot of what other people are doing out there. And I found this one I wanted to share with you because setting up your plate carrier, body armor, whatever, is a very, very personal, but the experience, I guess you want things where you want them, but also there is kind of a theory to it and a little rhyme or reason. So this was definitely worth a watch if you guys haven't checked it out. Also, stay tuned. And if you also have any ideas for like some good beginner how-tos, like things you find that you're always explaining to new players on the field, or if you are a newer player and you're like, man, I really wish I knew how to do this, put it down below. I want to know what your guys' questions are because that's really, really going to help me create the next video for you guys. But in the meantime, check out this one. It is How to Set Up Your Plate Carrier by Tactical Rifleman, and it's told by a Special Forces dude, so I would assume he knows his stuff. So, of course, like always, if you guys want to check it out, I have a link to the video in the description below so you can watch it anytime you want. All right, guys and gals, that is it for this week. And as always, thank you so very much for hanging out here with me on the Monday. I know Mondays suck. They do. Let's just be honest. Mondays are terrible, terrible days, but I try to do this. And I picked Mondays in potential. By the way, Monday's like the worst day to upload a YouTube video. So like this is actually going against like all the YouTube theory out there, but I wanted to make Mondays a little bit brighter for you guys out there and gals who are into Airsoft and to help you out. So until next Monday, and I hope this Monday was good for you, go out, play some Airsoft, have some fun, enjoy your Mondays and your Tuesdays. We don't neglect the rest of the week because they get kind of jealous of Mondays. But no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.